There was a life, like a defining moment in your life that had like significant impact when you look back on like everything you've been through? Was there like a moment in your life that you felt
Oh yeah, definitely. It was the moment I realized I was transgender. So I was born biologically female, and I've transitioned to male over like 2.5 years. And it was literally one day I was like, I'd been in counseling already for about a year and a half, and that was just me trying to work through some stuff I'd been through in my childhood. I had problems with addiction and depression, and I was, like self-harming, and basically anything that a kid could do that was like potentially damaging, I was doing it. So whenever I got into college and I started to like get a grip on my life and actually grow into being an adult, I signed up for counseling and I started going full time. And in that process, I'd overcome a lot and I've gotten through a lot. And then I had a day where I was on the internet, which is exactly what you're not supposed to do whenever you're having issues. WebMD, oh my god, what's wrong with my brain? So I'm there and I'm like looking at my bad. That's my phone. So I was looking at these symptoms and it was like every single one I was aligning with, and I was like, oh my god, this is exactly, like all of the things came together perfectly, and it was gender identity disorder, and I was like, so like all of these memories rush back. Like when I was like 14, I wrote in my journal that I wanted to have a sex change, and I had no idea what that meant at 14, and I didn't even know it was possible, but I wrote it down, and then I got closeted like real hard because my brother found it and read it out loud, and it was really embarrassing and whatever. So, anyways, I was in counseling and I found this, and I brought it to my counselor and started talking about it. And at the time, I was overweight and really uncomfortable with my body and myself, and just like it's like I have blinders on to the whole world, and I don't know how else to explain it other than that. And then I made it once I had. It was like whenever I imagined myself living as a female, I had no hope because I didn't want to be a sister and I didn't want to be a mother and I didn't want to be a female anything. I didn't. So it just literally wiped away all the hope in my life, and I was like looking at this like dark abyss of life, and I'm like, I don't want any of this. I don't want any of it. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm living my life as a male. I feel male. I'm a guy. Like, and that was just like, it was like my whole world came into view. And before I started any physical transition, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't uncomfortable in my body because I was like overweight and out of shape and all that stuff. So I cut all my hair off and I started working out, and I dropped like 100 pounds in the next year, and then I started testosterone, and from that point it's been like an uphill battle. It's just been like if you compared me to where I was at 3 years ago, it's not the same person. I mean, it's the same soul, but not the same person at all. Like the way that I live my life and the way that I exist in the world and how happy I am. So it's definitely that moment whenever I realized like, holy crap, like this is what's going on. And it's amazing how much it, fixed in my life. Anxiety, depression, like the tendency to self-harm, all this stuff just kind of went away whenever I was able to express myself like through a physical form that I felt was right.